Welcome to InCabin from the creators of AutoSense. InCabin supports the global community of automotive interior specialists working on in-cabin safety, comfort, and productivity solutions through industry-leading events and knowledge sharing. We're pleased to welcome Martin Krantz, CEO of Smart Eye, to InCabin. And Martin, good to see you, friend. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Carl.
Martin, let's talk about SDVs, software-defined vehicles, a term that we're all very familiar with now, but what is driving the industry-wide shift towards SDVs?
I think it's the same thing that drives the whole world towards more software and the utilities that we all want to get out of our technical systems, whatever they are they a car or a phone or something that you have at home or in your workplace or in industry. It's all going to be consisting of both hardware and software. And software takes longer time to mature usually than hardware, and it takes more resources to work with software. So you have more, let's say in electronics, you have more software engineers than what you have hardware engineers. So that has also now come to the automotive industry at last. And what you see is that this whole concept of having a software product life cycle, which is very long with continuous software releases and so on, that's now happening in cars, and now combine that with over-the-air updates, and you have like a platform for continuous improvements for software development that lasts for not for years but for decades. And the automotive industry is slowly evolving towards that, but it's happening.
Martin, how is this shift changing the role of software suppliers within the automotive supply chain? What do we see there?
Yeah, it's almost 20 years ago since we started to approach the automotive industry with DMS technology or eye tracking technology and saying that, yeah, this should be a fantastic safety system in cars. And back then, you had this concept of a silver box, that there was a ECU, there was a cable, there was a camera, and you had CAN connection, and that was it. That was the DMS system. And of course, this old school business model was a business model where you had the traditional tier one suppliers who were supplying this silver box. And that's how you did DMS in the 2010s. Now, you see the first shift towards software-defined vehicles around, just before COVID. And now what the OEM is procuring, they're not procuring a silver box anymore. They have this central multi-compute, multi-domain controller, powerful supercomputer. They just procure a camera and a cable and software. And this, of course, opens up for Smart Eye not only to sell the software through a camera tier one, we can also sell it directly to an OEM. So we can become software tier one. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometimes.
Speaking with Martin Krantz, Chief Executive Officer of Smart Eye. And Martin, what kind of opportunities then are emerging for OEMs as vehicles become more software driven?
I think what you do is, of course, you have like several technology development tracks that coexist. And one of those tracks is the race towards more and more autonomy. So the cars, they can steer, they can brake, they can accelerate, and you have a grand vision of cars becoming fully autonomous, and you buy your car, but when you don't use it, it's being used to transport people like a ride sharing service or whatever. We're not there yet, but cars, the autonomy is becoming better and better, and it's maturing, and we see, so you have the safety track or autonomy track, let's call it that, or they belong together. And then you have just pure, let's say, user experience. You have the digital experience that you can have while you drive your car or while you ride your car in a autonomous case. And it's basically what you had with the smartphone in 15 years ago when it started to permeate. It's that you you can have full access to the cloud, to internet, to everything that you can access through internet, whatever it is, you can soon access it in your car. And the same goes for LLMs, right? You can access your LLMs through your PC, through your phone, or through your car. And it all comes together, combined with autonomy and the digital experience, and it all comes together beautifully. And in this whole universe of great technology, you need to keep the driver is still ultimately responsible for safe transport, for safe travel. And so you need to keep track of the driver, and that's what we do.
This transition towards SDVs that we've been talking about, what are some of the biggest industry-wide challenges that we're seeing right now?
You see a lot of delays all over the world. You see delays. I mean, you see time plans that were too optimistic. You see big bang approaches where try to do everything at once, and you end up with, you know, close to nothing in some cases. And we all seen this. And I think the ones who try to cut up the elephant in smaller pieces before they eat it, they seem to be more successful at the moment, at least. So there's a lot of challenges. This is also happening at the same time as we are transitioning to, let's say, battery electric vehicles or mild hybrid vehicles or whatever that is. So there's a lot of things that need to happen at the same time in automotive industry, a lot of investments needed, and a lot of problems. But I mean, the software-defined vehicle is surely here to stay. It's a better way of making your car and adapting it to ever-changing technologies. So I see it's like we are making strides towards software-defined vehicles, maybe not as quickly as everyone thought a couple of years ago, but they're still being done. We will reach the goal in the end.
Speaking with Martin Krantz, CEO of SmartEye. Martin, always a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you for sharing your thought leadership when it comes to the SDV landscape. Looking forward to seeing you in person in Detroit for InCabin USA 2025, June 10th through the 12th at the Huntington Place downtown in the Motor City. Until then, Martin, thank you for being with us virtually today.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you.
For more information on SmartEye and to find out more about our upcoming events, see the links in the description or visit InCabin.com. That's InCabin.com. And for more in-depth interviews, subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow InCabin on LinkedIn. In Detroit, on behalf of InCabin, I'm Carl Anthony.